I look at the river. Let's just the Tuolumne River, which is one of the most, if not the most studied river in the country. If we ran it natural, basically is what some of the extreme environmentalists want. They want a natural flowing river. Well, if we do that, then this time of year, there's zero running down the river. That's the whole reason why the salmon would go out to the ocean, stay there in the summertime, and then come back in the winter. And but I don't want to do that either, because we've built our system with some of the dams and the little reservoirs that we had, 100 years ago, so that our farmers could pump water out of the river to irrigate their field, their ground. And so I don't want to stop all the water going down the river, because these guys, they have what they call riparian rights, and they have the right and the ability to pull the water out of the river to irrigate their fields.
So riparian rights means that the property that you own, you have rights to that river that's next to it.
Correct. Yeah. And there's there were a lot of big farms that had riparian rights, and I don't know all the details exactly, but there are some properties that basically touch right up onto the river, but they have zero riparian rights, because when the big property was sold into little parcels, some of those parcels didn't get any riparian rights. They sold the riparian right with the bigger parcels that they split off. And so you can have guys that are literally touching the river that have no ability or right to the water that's going down the river.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it makes it harder.
Yeah, much harder. But, maybe that they sold it for a reason. They didn't want to farm other, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, and a lot of times you think of Modesto Irrigation District's been around over 100 years, and maybe 95 years ago, they said, well, heck, I've got all this district water. I paid to get into the district. I don't need the river water anymore. So yeah, I'll sell off the river water rights to the neighbor or whatever. And so there's all kinds of different circumstances that could happen.
Right.